This is Spotlight TV, and I am your host, Christian Lestat Bucer. For the people at home, who are we here with today?
Len K, Killer Wolf Films.
So what's the newest things going on with the Killer Wolf film world?
I haven't talked to you in a while, so... Warriors of the Apocalypse has been finished for a couple months. We premiered it locally in Erie at Sherlock's at a charity show there for the March of Dimes, so that went pretty well. We have the screeners out, so hopefully within, I'd say, maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks we'll know more about distribution and where we're going to go. It might be the same as what I've done with some of my other films, and it might be a little different too, so we'll just kind of see on the Warriors front what happens. We submitted to a couple film festivals, one in New Jersey, one out in Seattle, so we'll see. I know the distribution might interfere with that, so we'll just kind of see what happens first there. So in terms of what's happening with Warriors. Wendigo Bound by Blood, which I shot last winter time, is chugging right along. There's a couple inserts we're going to shoot now that we have snow again, and we'll finish up the Wendigo shoots. That should be ready to go in a couple months too. So I think Wendigo will probably premiere locally again, and much like I had did with Warriors, we will have a probably charity benefit for March of Dimes for the Wendigo premiere as well. In terms of like what everybody used to do with the festivals and stuff like that, that's great, but I don't think that kind of stuff is really for me anymore. I don't think I'll play a local show again that's not for a charity benefit. So if we're going to do something for the area and premiere something, I want it to mean something. And I'm not there to fund festivals. I'm there to, have my cast and crew have a good time, have the, audience come out and hopefully have a good time. And for a good cause like March of Dimes, that's what we're gonna do in the future. So I'm finishing up a script now for Ninja: Prophecy of Death, which will film this summertime. Renee Parada and Darian Kane are involved. It's got a little bit of elements of everything. It's definitely more an action film like Warriors is, in terms of martial arts, and obviously, but Wendigo is not really a fight movie. In Wendigo, there's maybe 5 fight scenes in the whole movie, maybe. So Wendigo is more of a, that's for the audience to decide, but Wendigo tries to be, hopefully, is a more dark, creepier movie than what we've done. I'm not going to say scary, but just a darker film in tone than kind of a comic bookish Warriors movie is. The Ninja movie will be a little bit of both. There's some Japanese demonology and stuff in it, so it'll kind of pull from both movies, but obviously, a Ninja film, you're going to have a ton of martial arts, so it'll have that in it too. So a little bit of both. So pulls the fights from Warriors, maybe has the creepiness of a Wendigo, and that's where we're going to run with the Ninja Prophecy of Death script there. So, and I know you wanted to know about the differences of each 3 films. I kind of touched on them there. Wendigo, I urge people that liked, or even sort of remotely liked other Killer Wolf stuff, Wendigo is not a fight movie. There is some good martial art fight scenes, but it is definitely not a fight movie. Warriors, for those who haven't, they'll get another opportunity. Warriors will play again here in hopefully about 2 months. Once the weather gets a little better, Warriors will play again in Pittsburgh, and then probably have another Erie show too. So Pittsburgh might be a double feature with Wendigo, so those films will play back to back. So that should be a fun night. So that's what's going on. The Ninja Prophecy of Death will film probably in about mid to late July. It'll be similar to the other films. We'll have a week of principal photography, like I did pretty much with Warriors and Wendigo and Fist, and all the way back to Curse for that matter. I kind of like doing it that way. Wendigo ran well in that we filmed it out of town. I've been doing that more and more lately, is filming a lot of my stuff away from Erie. But Warriors had a lot of good Erie stuff in it. Wendigo was mostly filmed out of town. In Ninja, it'll probably be a little bit a mix of both, I think. So, and then what was the other one you want?
Well, in between all the different films you have, they're all made with different elements, even though all the films have to do with fighting, but the elements are different, right? The fight elements are different, the type of style is of fighting. Right. What are the difference between those elements in each film that you have made?
For the Ninja one, I'm pretty excited to, I'm going to bring in the Fearless Hyena stunt group coming in from Philadelphia. kind of got a bit of everything. There's wushu styles, they got taekwondo guys, kung fu guys, as I mentioned, wushu guys. They were given to me through my friend Blue Meanie, the wrestler that's been in a lot of my films. He was working on a project, I want to say, called Booted, where these guys came in and did some of the fight work, and he was really impressed. So Meanie got a hold of me and just said, "Len, you got to talk to these guys. Let's get something rolling." And I said, "Oh, cool." So I talked to the Fearless Hyena group there, and I'm hoping to do kind of a trade-off with them, where they come and help me with the ninja film, and then they have a script in the works called Beatdown in Zombie Town, which I will be very, very, very excited to get to work on that. So, but that's still a ways away. So, yeah, each film is a little different in terms of fighting, but I think it's evolved throughout all 5 movies, really. Fist, you had some just dungeon street fight type stuff. Warriors, you've got even some MMA moves. I think in Warriors, I think Renee's character tries to triangle tractor at one point in a fight scene as she just standing guillotines him in one scene. There was a scene where I armbarred BA's character, but we removed that from the movie because we ended up shooting it at a different location during reshoot. So a couple MMA moves in there. I'm not by any means an expert in that stuff. I've trained a little bit in it, but we threw some of that in there too. With the ninja film coming up this summer, Kurt von Zereg and his brother Craig, who have some sword work through ninjutsu experience and stuff, they're going to choreograph some of the fights. Obviously, anybody that knows me, I like to choreograph all the fight work. I'm not opposed to people bringing in fresh ideas, but again, all the fights go through me, obviously. But they're going to do some of the fight work, and we'll put it together.
So my next question, auditions. Everybody locally in Erie still got that big chance to be seen and their bands to be heard. What's the best way to connect with you?
Yeah, I'm just through the email. Go to the website and get the Killer Wolf Films at hotmail.com account there, and just drop an email. We're still a ways off before really getting the bulk of the cast and crew together for the Ninja flick. We'll probably delve more into that in probably April, May, something like that, when we're still, when we're 2 or 3 months out. That gives people plenty of time to read through a script and kind of formulate things. So yeah, I'd say we'll get it together then. But email's the best way to contact me for any kind of Killer Wolfland happenings. So and then we're on the Facebook, or we're on obviously MySpace still, if anybody uses that anymore. So any way through there, we can be contacted through there, and you can watch trailers of the other films and stuff on there. So that's always a good way. So.
Anything announced locally, like any big local announcements?
Yeah, I don't. Local scene lately, I was talking to another filmmaker, this is just maybe 2 weeks ago, saying there really isn't much of one anymore. Well, there's not many places to play anymore, or locally there's not much of that going on anymore. So I still think it's here somewhere. To be honest, I just kind of paid attention to Killer Wolfland stuff, so I really haven't really heard what's going on. We just focus on our own thing and getting ourselves bigger and better. I had heard another one's being released or something, that a film that played a few years back or something that was local. But they signed actually with Brain Damage, I guess, which is his label I've been with for like 5 years now. So I only found it funny because the guys in that crew are trashing my cast and crew or myself, and yet you end up signing on a label that I've not been with for years. So I like the irony and stuff like that. So but it's kind of like beating a dead horse at this point. So it was kind of DOA on arrival anyway. So but yeah, I think it's still there. I think people are still doing stuff, and so are we. But as I told this filmmaker I was talking to, it's like I've kind of disconnected myself from the whole, whatever you want to call it, Erie filmmaking scene or whatever.
Community.
Yeah, the Erie filmmaking community or whatever. I mean, nobody really fucking likes each other anyway, so.
This is Wexel at 6 Feet Under Tattoo. You've watched a Christian Lestat production.